Yeah, big up everybody. How you doing? Hope everyone is well. Long-eared Yeti here. Obviously, this is my birthday stream, and I want to watch this Manchester City against Bournemouth because I'm really hoping I've got Bournemouth. I really want Bournemouth to beat them, obviously because of my situation. I will be adding people on if they want to come on. You know, that's kind of the way this one's going to go because it's a birthday stream. And yeah, pretty much what we're going to do. 52 today. 52 today. So if this is on Sky, which I'd imagine it is, so I can put this on to there and we can get Sky going as well. Pretty sure it's actually on Sky. So I can use the restream from my laptop and do it that way. But big up to everybody. Right, we've got it on. We've got it on here. So we'll just knock that one back and just take the sound out of it. We'll put it on a little bit. Actually, we'll put it on a little bit. But hopefully you can't hear that. But game's already started. 1 minute and 46 gone. So yeah. If you want to jump on, you can, because it is the birthday stream. So, otherwise, I'm just going to crack on and get on with what I've got to do. And we're all going to chill. And hopefully, I really hope Bournemouth can win this, to be honest. That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, if anyone wants to come on, I will sort of like drop the stream into the chat if I can. And then we'll see how this one goes. Like I say, for me, it's got to be a Bournemouth win because we need to still have the chance to actually make that UCL. So we don't. The more teams that keep winning, more chance we ain't going to get that. So. No spoilers in the chat as always. And we'll see where we go. See where we go from here. So far, we're like 3 minutes and 30 in. Ball over the top for City. De Bruyne, a lovely ball there. Instead of like going for it, he decides to pass it along the box. Sometimes I think just go for it. Big up, Mama. Says happy birthday. Big up to you. Cheers for that. I appreciate that. It's been it's been a very, very good day. Very, very good day. I've just got back from the pub. So I went for one. I ended up with three, as always. And yeah, so we're just going to crack on with this game. And I'm going to put the link in the chat if anybody wants to jump on or whatever. And then we'll see where we go from there, basically. Can you hear the game? Have you had a good day? Yes, I have. I've had a really good day, to be honest. I met my mum earlier on. Went for a breakfast. Tried to sort this thing out with an account that we haven't been able to get into. That was an absolute shit show. Yeah, that was an absolute shit show. I just don't think they wanted to give us the money, to be honest. But other than that, it was pretty good because I went into Nottingham and it's the second time I've been into Nottingham. And Nottingham today was actually quite decent, to be fair. The last time I went in, I was like so on edge. There's all these crackheads everywhere. They were just really getting on my nerves, and even my mum was saying, I just wanted to get out of there because I could see you was on the verge of going off. No, yeah, I mean, right. Basically, what we got is we had an account with the Derbyshire, yeah, and we keep. I mean, I bought that ID card, which costed me 35 quid, yeah. But apparently, that's not good enough. That's not enough to verify who I am, even though it's got my fucking picture on it. And I was supposed to take something with my address on it, which I fucking forgot. I left it on the top of the closels. But apparently that wouldn't have mattered anyway. So now I've got to get a provisional license, which should cost me about 14 quid to update that. I'm not quite sure what the fuck that's all about, to be quite honest with you. It's ridiculous. I can't fucking get fuck all yet. If I fucking disappear and then come back on a boat, I can get everything. Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I didn't say that. I was half tempted to say it, but I didn't. I was good. I didn't fucking go into that shit, but I was tempted, to be fair. But we had a great breakfast. It was a lovely fucking breakfast, and then we just like walked around town, sorted a few things out. 'Cause my mum's birthday's like 3 days away from mine, so obviously I got my mum a card and sorted out a gift and everything like that. So you know, I'm not much of a person for like celebrating birthdays and stuff like that. I don't know why. I just never have been. I'm just not that kind of guy. I don't know why. I just don't. But probably because it means I get older. I don't really want to get older, do I? Let's face it. But yeah, he's just one of those things, isn't he? He's just the way I am. I've been at the pub since about 4 o'clock, and had about 3 or 4 Cruz Campos. I just chilled and just got on with my own thing and all this, that, and the other. I might start doing these vlogs where you actually go into town and start videoing stuff in town, what's going off and all that kind of thing. Might actually venture into that as well. Oh dear. Nice. Great save there from Kepper. Otherwise, that was going to be major issues. Come on, Bournemouth. Just keep fucking fighting them. Keep getting against them. And manage to get something. Need a Bournemouth win here. I think once you hit 50, you just want to forget birthdays. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. I'm not one of these kind of people that celebrates birthdays and stuff like that. I never have been, to be fair, even when I was younger. I'm getting older. Fuck off. Out of my fucking face. Nah, it's just me, grumpy old man. That's me, mate. Grumpy old fucking man. And yeah, that's it. That's just the way it's. That's just the way it's going. I tell you one thing I can't understand is I put £20 into gift so that I could use the phone online. Fucking run out already. It's run out already in one fucking day. Are you serious, man? Fucking joke, mate. Joke settings. But if you want to jump on, Mamo, if you're not busy, then jump on. We'll have a chat as always. I read something today. This was like from a Newcastle fan as well on Threads, saying, "Oh, Newcastle are in trouble because they've spent 105 million." Or I have no idea what the guy was going on about. Absolutely no idea what he was going on about. It's like, well, that makes no sense to me because they haven't really spent a great deal at all. So I don't know where you're getting that from. And then you've got other clickbait. What was that other clickbait? It was on Forest that Nuno's going to leave at the end of the season because of the fallout with Marianakis. I was like, stop like sharing this shit because it's just bullshit. It's bullshit, lazy journalism. It happens all the fucking time. Jesus, that's costly. I will once the dogs are sorted. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can jump on. I don't really want to wear these glasses, but I've got I've got to if I look at the chart. The game looks mental, but yeah, I ain't got no choice because I can't read the fucking chat. My eyes are going already. I just hit 52 and my eyes are going crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I saw that about Nuno. Yeah, I don't feel. I mean, look, I don't know, but to me, it's just putting two and two together and coming up with five again. You know, I don't think there's any issue there, to be honest with you. But who knows? Maybe I can't see it though. To be fair, Nuno's a very outspoken person, so if that was the case, then he would have said it. Don't you get tired though of reading this fucking bollocks about your clubs? It really does. It does get really tiring. Here comes City again on the left hand side. Closed down though by Bournemouth. Bournemouth, come on, get yourself a fucking break. Semenyo. Nah, messed it up again. I'll be doing the game tomorrow. The Europa League. Spurs, Man United. Definitely be doing that. See how that one goes. Oh my days, what a goal from Marmoush. What a fucking goal from Marmoush. What an absolute fucking goal from Marmoush. We ain't going to be relying on this, guys. What a goal. What a shot from Marmoush. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. This lad's special. This Marmoush is special. Absolutely special. Look at that. I mean, the amount of space he's got. Oh my days. You're never saving that. You are never saving that. Look at that. It goes high. You think it. Oh my days. That is a goal and off. That is. That is a goal and off there from Marmoush. Absolute goal and off. Fucking beautiful goal. Whether you want them to lose or not, that is one hell of a goal, that is. I tell you what, he looks a cracking player, and man, that just proves it. What a goal. You watching it, Mama? That was an absolute fucking storming goal, that was. He got a lot of space. He probably should have got closed down, but man, the way he hit that was absolutely unreal. Now, Bournemouth were on the back foot. They was on the back foot from the start, to be fair, but now they're really going to be struggling now to get it together. Go on, you've got a bit of a chance here. Down the left-hand side, and yeah, just gets... I think that was a little bit harsh, personally. That was a bit harsh on Marmoush, because he actually does get the ball there. Let's just have a look. No, that was harsh. That was a harsh free kick. Right, so Bournemouth have got a free kick on the left-hand side. Can they actually manage to get it going? There's a fair few players that I'm listening to and reading that's on the way out. Kirkes and obviously Hewson. The Hewson's possibly going to Manchester to Real Madrid. That's the problem, though, isn't it? When you sort of have a season where your players all perform and stuff like that, if you don't keep it going, that's where you lose your players. You know, we could face exactly the same thing. It's very tiresome. Yeah, it is. It is 100%. I see where Cole's coming from, to be honest, when he gets annoyed with all of it and all that kind of thing, because it's just he just does your head in. I mean, look, I mean, you can ignore it, yeah, but you've already seen it, so to me, what's the problem though? Is the problem the person that puts it out there, or is the problem the person that fucking shares it and keeps it going? I mean, I can turn around and say anything. I can say fucking Isaac's going to fucking Leighton Orient, but it's only if people keep it going and keep sharing it, anybody's going to take notice of it. City are controlling this game now. I mean, that's good there from Houston, though, to get involved in that. But yes, 52 today. 52 today. Got awesome fucking plaque from my mum. Forest plaque. Absolutely awesome. I'll show it you in a bit, actually. Bournemouth on the attack now on the left-hand side with Tierney. Well tackled there, though. And Manchester City come back again. Lovely pass there to Haaland. Got two players on him, though. Plays it to Marmouche. Everyone shouts shoot, which you can understand. But there weren't as much space there as what there was for that shot. That shot was fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. United 9 is just City just keeping it outside the box at the minute. Just keeping the ball. Did somebody just come in? Oh, yeah, they did. They did.
Somebody just come in.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. I've got a house full of dogs.
Hey, look, let me turn this down a bit. Right, I've turned it down now. How are you?
I'm all right. Just a knackered.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've just been sat at the pub, just like having a beer and stuff like that, listening to my music and all that kind of stuff. Don't really talk to anybody that much, to be honest.
I've just been. Well, I've got George and Toots here for a week now.
Yeah.
And George's retriever.
Mm.
And Jax is like squealing like a pig every time George moves. Because obviously there's this big dog and Toots is just hiding in our crate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a bit hectic since about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can you remember that thing what I said the other day, where you had the I think it was a cereal box thing, where you had like an Enterprise and a Millennium Falcon.
There he
It
is.
was something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like
Me Gary Pallister.
that. Mm.
I
Yeah,
found
it was something like that. It was definitely
Peter
something
when
like
I was the working at the vets, when I was at Westway Vets. Peter was the vet nurse.
that.
And I've always had a thing for Gary Pallister. I absolutely don't ask
Yeah,
us
no,
why.
yeah.
And I can't remember if it was my birthday or not. And he come in and he says, "Lads, I've got something for you." And he sat on my work computer on my desk at work for over 10 years. And I don't know if you saw in the comments where Gemma said Gary Pallister's on the telly. That's because he
Mm.
always sat beside the telly.
Yeah,
35 years, man.
yeah.
Awesome. No,
Mm.
me Gary Pallister.
Quality.
Bless him. And the simple fact is, I'm still in touch with Peter now, all these years later. You know what I mean? Which is cool as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. But no, I
Uh,
get what you were talking about with the Millennium Falcon and all of that lot.
there was like a plastic. There was like a cardboard thing that they
Yeah.
brought out. I can't remember what. Like
Or out the back of you cut the back of the packet out, and there would be
that's it.
bits
Yeah,
inside the
yeah,
packet.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you got these little card figures as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
of Kirk and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I remember
I don't
that.
know what them two were talking about, flicky flackers on their bikes. I'm like, no, it's got nothing to do with your
Yeah,
bloody
I think they lost the plot.
activities.
That's why I tried to bring the plot back, which is not like me. I normally make you
Oh,
lose the plot.
well, that's
Big
that's
up
my
to
two kids
Stephanie,
for you.
Yeti and Mama Legends. Big up to Stephanie.
Hi,
Happy
Steph.
birthday, Bournemouth. Big up to you, Gary. Cheers for that, bro.
Hi,
And
Gary.
Daisy or Dolly Fergie used to call Pally, and Steve Bruce don't know who was who though. Yeah.
Love Gary Pallister, Steph. Absolutely love him.
They
Yeah.
had a great. They had a great defense then. To be
Oh,
honest, I
yeah.
still think one of the best defenses though that
Yeah.
I've seen in the Premier League is Arsenal. Personally,
The flat back four.
mm.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Tony Adams. Was it Tony Adams?
Yeah.
Was it Keown or was it Steve Bold?
When they
Lee
all used to
Dixon,
just step up and
Nigel
put their arm up
Winterburn.
like that for the offside.
Yeah, they
Mm.
was the best. They was the
Mhm.
best. There's no doubt about that. But don't tell them that because they're all big nuts anyway.
No,
So
well, Tony Adams,
Yeah.
he's another one I absolutely love.
yeah. Oh, he was quality. He was absolutely quality. Absolute quality.
That
Right, I've
was
just shared the stream into the Discord as well.
that
So
was back in the day when footballers were proper built like footballers.
mm,
They looked
yeah.
scary, they acted scary. They weren't these skinny little pillocks that run around the field going, "Oh no, don't stand on me toe. That means I can't play for the next 4 months."
yeah. Yeah, they weren't like that.
Of
And
course, Gary's a
Pallister
Man
should play
United
for
fan,
us
isn't he?
now. Dennis Irwin, Steve Bruce, Parker, Bruce, Pally, and Irwin, top back four. Yeah, it was a top back four, but I think Arsenal was the better one, personally. Just on a personal level.
Mm. And
Because they
Schmeichel in
could
goal.
just score one goal and then just defend. And they were so good at it as well.
Yeah. Oh.
Which to me is quite hilarious because, like, when we score one goal and then just defend, apparently we don't offer anything.
No.
But that's what they did for bloody ages under fucking George Graham. Boring Arsenal.
Yeah, well,
It
it
was
was all.
only fun for the actual fans, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, it
So
was. Yeah.
what's all this about Nuno and Maracanakas having a Barney or something?
You know what? I'm tired of hearing about it because it's just like he had that Barney with him
Mm.
and I think that was to do with him keeping a one on, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Yeah.
And I agree with that because
Yeah.
the one you couldn't move, so you're already down. You're down to 10 anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so you might as well just not bother bringing him back on. But it was just to me, it was just passion. It was passion,
Yeah.
and I don't see many other owners giving that kind of passion in a game.
But I've seen a few, people saying such and such is reporting that Nuno could be leaving Forest. It's being discussed in house. Well, if it's being discussed in house, how are you reporting it?
No, exactly.
Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? And I mean, I've never heard anything like that from your club in the past. So why all of a sudden would something like that come out? Oh man, it's
The
like
thing is,
these.
Nuno's a very sort of like explosive type of character. But so if he was going to go, he'd have gone now.
Oh, absolutely. I would have
You
thought
know.
so. Yeah.
And when he said in the press conference, it's passion. We're all passionate about what we're doing. To
Mhm.
me, that's what sectioned it off.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie Griffiths says Dixon, Adams, Keown,
Oh,
Winterburn. Yeah, absolutely. They was class. They was absolute class. You can't knock that at all. That was George Graham's defence that Wenger inherited. Yeah, 100%. 100%. They was a brilliant defence. Absolute brilliant defence. One of the best defences I've seen, to be fair.
well, they used to frustrate everybody, didn't they?
Mm.
The opposition, they frustrated them.
Used to bore them to death because
Yeah.
they scored a goal and then handled the game. This is what you're supposed to do. Well, 30 minutes into our game, 1-1, Eddie scored.
Is it 1-1?
Oh, that's Jack. Hey, Jack, how you doing, bro? Hope you're well, matey. I thought that was Stephanie. I was going to say, you're not playing till tomorrow, surely.
Are you home yet,
Best
Jack?
back four candidate: Viv Anderson, Larry Lloyd, Burns, and Frank Clark. Yeah, that is another one. I mean, I'm sort of talking like the Prem, really, but I mean, that was another one that was an absolute awesome back four. Everybody knew what they had to do and all that kind of stuff. And breast conference, damn missed that. Says Gary. No idea what that means.
Neither have I. Just the Liverpool still believe that they're getting Isak in the summer. Because apparently with him not playing at the weekend, that's because he's had to be withdrawn because he's going to Liverpool. No, he's withdrawn because he has a slight groin injury and he has to have surgery in the summer. That's why. Oh, you got discharged.
What's that? I'm alright. I got discharged today, but still got some tests to go. Got an MRI booked in tomorrow. I'm now on 4 different meds. Bloody hell, bro.
Hey, Jack, that's just scary, that. It just goes to show what pure passion over excitement and too much adrenaline can do for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. It must be. I mean, I would imagine it's down to that. I don't know, but
I would have thought
I would
so.
imagine it is.
Unless they found that his heart's back to front or something like that, you know what I mean? And it like running
I didn't even know he had one, to be honest. I thought it
well, you
was
sometimes wonder.
Well, you said press it sounded like something else, and FA Cup winning.
What's your ears, Gary?
Yeah, I mean that was amazing, though. I mean, you could see a lot of the fans was like absolutely in tears, and it was amazing for you. All my days off the post for Bournemouth, and yeah, you could see that how much it meant to you guys, and I think you thoroughly deserved that.
And you know, just talking about the random shite that the media come out with, right? Obviously, Palace have won. The first thing on the radio yesterday morning was, have Palace reached their ceiling winning the FA Cup? Well, what? How can you say that? Reached their ceiling? It's the first time they've ever won anything, period. And then also, will Oliver Glasner stay at Crystal Palace? Why wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't he?
You know what? All this social media and stuff like that is it's like a cancer. It's fucking ridiculous.
And what's the other one? Oh, Thomas Franks is on Spurs' hit list for when Ange gets sacked. Like Thomas Franks is leaving the comfort of Brentford to go to bloody Spurs.
No.
So what's that?
I'll be back in a second.
Right, you are. They found a chemical that my heart produces, and if your heart has really struggled, it's supposed to be 0.75. Jesus, Jackman. You've been a very, very lucky boy. You have. Very lucky. Close call. Things like that make you put your life into perspective, don't they? I think I was about, let's say, 40. Let's think, about 49. Yeah, I'd be about 49. And I was just sitting this night watching telly, and you just think somebody had hit the back of my head with a hammer. And that's it. That's all I can remember. And apparently I had a minor brain bleed. I lost a week that I have no memory of. Couldn't remember my children's names or anything like that. And it's at times like that, I think it sort of puts your life into a little bit of perspective. Makes you think. I mean, there's part of my life I just literally have no memory of now, but maybe that's a good thing. Some of the stuff I used to do. So, where are we? Glasner's not leaving. No, I don't believe he's leaving, Jack. It's just the bloody media yattering on because they've got nothing else to report. Do you know what I mean? It's anything and everything. Mayday Hospital is crap. Oh, are you dancing on the ceiling, Steph? You go for it, girl. By all means. Big up my boss. What did they hit you with, though, my boss? That's the thing. What did they hit you with? This was just me head saying enough's enough. But yeah, it's scary when things like that happen. It
Hmm.
does. It does make you value, and you just think, you know, what's going. Like I say, that's probably about 8 years of my life I have no memory of at all. None. Can't remember it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've since then gone on in later years and had major surgery on me jaw. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of stuff there I can't remember either. But there we go. Just one of them things. But yeah, young Jack, you'll come back. You'll be fine.
Was it to do with like how excited you? Because I mean, I'm assuming you went to Wembley, so I mean, was it
Oh
to
yeah,
do
he
with
did.
like how excited you got, like winning the FA Cup? Was that what it was about?
It could be, when you think about it, because I think he said, obviously he'd been to the cup final and he was running for a train
Hmm.
to get home. And then when he sat down, he got the pains in his chest. So yeah, it could be.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The guy had a gun, Mobbos. Bloody hell, lad. Lucky
Big
there,
up
lad.
Mob Bose and big up DJ Crane as well.
DJ, hope you're well, mate. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a major moment, wasn't it? Really, I mean,
Oh,
it was a
God.
major moment for Crystal Palace, to be fair.
I can
And
appreciate it, definitely.
yeah, I mean, it is one of those major moments, and then you're running for the tram or the train, and then yeah, I would imagine that could actually do something like that. But get yourself right anyway, bro.
Yeah,
How
just
old are you? You're not fucking that old, are you?
Jack's only 23 or 24, isn't he?
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Christ, I could be your granny, lad.
See, you've just scored again.
Oh, yeah, man, I wish that you would just bog off somewhere.
Yeah, they are not letting this go at all. I think it all comes down for us with the Villa game against United.
Yeah, well, we've got Everton at the weekend.
Mm. Mm.
And people
Well,
saying, oh, if we
yeah,
don't get Champions League, that's it, we're done for. Are we really? Really, are we
no.
done for?
Are you
We've
bugger?
had an awesome season.
Of
Come
course you
on, man.
have. Good. I would actually put your season in a sense ahead of ours because we've been up there in the third and fourth and all that lot. You're there right at the end of it. So I would actually put your season ahead of ours in that respect. I think we've done great to get there and to do what we've done, but you're doing it now right in the mix of it. And I wouldn't have no issue if you got the Champions League. I know there's a thing where it's down to Forest keeping players, but at the end of the day, for me, if you don't want to be here, fuck off.
Exactly.
You
Well,
know, it's
there's
never been
there's
any
big
different
talk
for
on
me.
Gibbs White going, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But to be honest, I mean, where Gibbs White's concerned, since that England thing, his game's kind of changed anyway, and he's been that fucking desperate to do something.
Mm,
He's kind of fucked us up a few times. So, I mean, obviously, he scored that goal against West Ham for Taiwo, but
mhm.
to me, it's all I've always been the same. If you don't want to play for Forest, then go away.
Yeah.
I've never been any different.
Yeah.
Jack said I was going to go to the game tonight against Wolves, but my
No.
mum and missus was like, "You've only just got out of hospital."
Aye.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to be
No,
doing
you
that.
don't want to be doing that,
You
man.
don't want to be doing that, matey.
Stay at home and chill.
Yeah, absolutely. Just stay at home and chill. Main thing, Jack, you've had a warning, and they can hopefully sort it for you. 100%,
Absolutely.
mate.
Yeah.
100%. That is the main thing.
Your body's telling you something.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
okay.
you have to listen.
Indeed.
When your body's telling you something, you have to listen. Otherwise, you can get yourself into some stuck situations, and you don't want that. So, Well, it's City 2-0 here, and I don't see Bournemouth really doing a great deal here, to be honest.
No. They're one of them teams, though, aren't they? Sometimes that can come out and play brilliantly
Mm.
and really rattle you, and then other times they just offer nothing.
I think they have actually sort of like gone so far, and then it's kind of sort of fell to pieces. But I mean, it's not easy to beat City at Emirates, or whatever it's called, whatever their ground's called.
Etihad.
That's it, Etihad.
Oh, the Emirates is Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. Jack, look after yourself, mate. Palace will look after themselves. You look after yourself. That's what matters. You know. So, what you been up to today, then, Mama?
Well, I was out in the garden first thing this morning, patching me lawn. Oh God! And then just getting everything ready for when the dogs turned up.
All right, yeah.
You know, took my 3 for a walk this afternoon, a nice long walk, and that's been about it, really.
I was the Kylie Minogue concert at the time.
Oh, they had a wonderful time. They were quite near the stage, you know. Oh, come on, yeah, you know what they're like. I mean,
well, I know. I'm just asking, though. You
Yeah.
know, obviously, you know, they would have said this.
oh, they were full of it when they come home. Said they were beside this thing that kept shooting these little pieces of white paper. They had it in their hair and on their clothes and everything. It was all over the house. Like, oh well. But yeah, I had a great time. The sensu's still excellent. So
big up to them. And Stephanie says my body is saying go to the pub tomorrow night and get plastered. I'm listening to it. Yeah, why
fair
not?
play,
Why
Steph.
not? Why not? I'll be having it on. I'll definitely be doing the watch along for that one. And Eddie being brilliant tonight. He's got his second. Nice. And I cut my lawn today. Well, I say lawn, more weeds and grass.
I don't have any weeds, thankfully. My garden's just full of flowers.
I have like a jungle.
You've got a jungle. There's a couple of lions live at the bottom of yours.
Yeah, that's why we got rats, apparently.
Yeah, and snakes are in the trees as well. Jesus. No. No, my garden's me therapy. That's where I like to be when the sun's shining out in the garden.
I like to be just sat outside the pub having a few beers. You know, that's my take on it. I mean, like going into Nottingham today was nowhere near as bad as it was last time. There was police in the centre of it, you know, walking around and talking to people and stuff like that. But it wasn't as tense as it was the last time I went.
You often see armed police walking around Newcastle.
Yeah, but they should never have stopped doing that anyway.
No.
They should always have been on the street.
Yeah.
You know? We wouldn't have got to this point if there wasn't. If they didn't do that, then it wouldn't have got to this point. I mean, I was watching a YouTube video the other day, Bristol, and fucking all these Antifa twats. I mean, mate, I tell you what, if you want to actually like make a point, take your mask off, bro. Take your mask off. Otherwise, it just shows that you're full of shit and you're just doing it just for the, you know, just for the money or whatever you get in or anything like that. And then calling people pussies. How can people be pussies when they've got no face mask on, but you have?
Yeah.
Sorry, but if you're not willing to show yourself because you know you're going to get slapped up when you're on your own, you know?
No, that's what boils down to, isn't it?
That was in Bristol. I don't know whether Ant saw any of it. There's loads of people in the crowd and all that kind of stuff. But every time somebody went towards him, all like 10 of them went towards him. I'm like, you're a bunch of pansies, mate. You're a bunch of pansies. You got to have all your numbers. You know what I mean? Absolute bunch of pansies. I'm glad I don't see anything stuff like that because I won't mess around with those kind of people. Bournemouth trying to get a goal here. He's been good tonight as well. Yeah, that Millwall winger we signed as he skinned someone for Eddie's first. Nice. He reminds me of a younger Zaha. That's not a bad shout, is it? A younger Zaha. Have you seen that Dave Allen sketch on YouTube reference his take on religion, God of Eden? Very funny comedian. I haven't actually. No, I do watch a lot of
was quality.
I do watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I ain't seen that.
He was so funny, Dave Allen.
What do you think about that DJE video, the video that I sent to you?
I've only played about 10 seconds of it.
All right, okay.
I haven't played it all because I started to play it and I think my phone rang and I've never gone back to it.
I'm actually thinking about doing that for my channel where I'll go into Nottingham and video stuff.
All right.
You know, when there's like protests and stuff like that.
Oh, right. On. Like the Bear Britain edit guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about starting to do that.
Be interesting.
The only thing for me is like I was saying to my mum today because I was saying, yeah, I'm thinking of doing it, and she was like, yeah, but I've seen those kind of videos, and they can like hold their temper and stuff like that, and I know you can't.
She's got a point.
You know? So I was like, yeah, fair enough.
You can imagine, and here we have this. Come here, you! Camera goes, yet he dives in.
Yeah, I think it probably would be like that as well. Loved shooting them arrogant City fans. Yeah, man. Oh, bro, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. So happy for you guys as well. When it kept showing the crowd, I saw Diego Palace in the crowd. I was looking
there?
for you, but I didn't see. Yeah, Diego Palace was there. Yeah,
I haven't seen Diego for months.
Yeah, I definitely saw him in the crowd.
Haven't seen
when
him
they
for
scored.
months.
But I was looking for you, Jack, and I couldn't see you. But the way your fans was like, I mean, the tears and everything was just immense. It just shows what it means to you. That's what it's all about, being a fan.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? When you feel it that much. Nose Knickers comment killed me. Nose Knickers. You'll have to send me the link, Stephanie. Get me on Instagram and send me the link. Because I do watch a lot of YouTube stuff. Watch a lot of, I mean, that guy that I've been watching lately, standing up to the tyrants, he's absolutely hilarious. He just goes in, he starts videoing people, and then they come out and they go, if you didn't have that camera, I'd batter you. He's like, come on then. Fucking come on then. He's so good. I mean, he's called fucking. I'm not quite sure what the channel's called. I have to check. But he is hilarious, that guy. Absolutely hilarious. And brave as well, because you could get slapped. But at the end of the day, if you're videoing it, I would say to anybody, keep a video on or get a GoPro or something like that, you know, to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Because they won't do anything if they're getting videoed. because they know they're going to get screwed. So I think that's definitely the way to be. What's his name, Erdl? I'll find it on here. UK meets the tyrants. UK meet the tyrants. That's him. I mean, he turned around the other day and he said to these guys, there was like 5 guys, right? 4 of them was white, 1 of them was a black guy. And he turned around and went, "Get to work, you monkeys." And the black guy all of a sudden jumped up and went, "Oh, you can't do that. That's racist," and all this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, he said all 5 of you. He didn't just key you out, you know? It was crazy. Honestly, crazy. It's a lot of fucking fun though, and then they start calling him a Scottish prick. So I mean, what's that all about then? Yeah, I was in the top tier. They never filmed that far up. No, that was a shame, bro, because I was looking for you.
I was looking for him as well.
Yeah, I was hoping I got to see you on cam. Awesome support always has been with Palace fans. Palace fans are awesome, and I think that's one of the main reasons I love that.
Old school fans.
100%. 100%. I've always said there's 3 teams that I think of like major fan bases, and it's Forest, it's Newcastle, and it's Crystal Palace.
I'd put Everton in there as well.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Liverpool, I mean, they don't stop singing, do they? Let's face it.
I mean, that display they had on at Goodison Park at the weekend was awesome. I mean, they never stopped singing. I mean, they never stopped crying either, bless them. But yeah.
Well, that's the end of Goodison Park, isn't it?
It is.
What do you think about that, though, when they actually changed to a different stadium? What's your thoughts?
It's always a difficult one, isn't it? Because the move to a bigger and better stadium is obviously financially better for the club. But then, when all you've ever known is that football stadium, it can be, I would imagine, like a huge big wrench. But I think it's something that most clubs, I mean, we're looking into it, they're looking into moving us, but not moving St. James's Park, just sort of turning it round that way where they can build it wider type of thing. I don't know.
You can't lose your fucking heritage.
You can't. And I mean, Everton aren't, because they're not knocking it down. They've given it to the women's team, so it's still going to be there.
They're still kind of losing their heritage, though, because they are still,
but it comes to them all, all the clubs have done it, sort of thing, City, Arsenal, Hotspurs, Tottenham. Them, I get why they do it. I mean, I would hate them to move St. James's Park somewhere else. I wouldn't. I mean, one of the ideas was putting it in Gateshead, and all of us over here said, well, that's not in Newcastle. It's in Gateshead, so it can't be Newcastle United's football ground.
I think West Ham's one of the best examples, to be honest, because since they've gone to the London Stadium, they're just not the same.
They hate it.
Yeah, they're not the same at all. Because, I mean, look, if we move our ground, which Mariakis has said we're not doing that, we're staying where we are, and we're building on. There's a lot of history in that Forest ground.
Yeah.
Same as there's a lot of history in the Newcastle ground. Same as there's a lot of history in Highbury. But they moved, and everybody who talks about it knows that it's not the same. It's nowhere near the same and never will be the same. Jack says, yeah, did you see all the crap today about Nuno Marinakis having tension and Nuno might leave? Yeah, I've seen it, bro. I'm just ignoring it because when it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. United away support is unreal compared to home matches unless it's a European game. Yes, they are. They are. Yeah. Yeah, United away support is absolutely phenomenal. Always has been. Always has been. But I mean, how would you feel if you lost Old Trafford? You know, to
I think,
me, it's like a major thing
I think the thing
losing
is with
the
Old
ground.
Trafford, though, it's such a rundown place. I mean, even proper true United fans like Steph would be glad to see the back of it.
Mm.
Because they reckon it's shocking inside. The concrete's crumbling and
You
all
can't
sorts.
fix it then.
How
Can
the
you?
how the hell they've got a health and safety certificate baffles me. When
Mm.
you've got rats running round in the toilets flood every bloody game in stuff like that, and that stuff running down the sides of the stairs and that. I don't know how they have a health and safety certificate.
But they're one of the biggest teams in fucking England.
It's
So
crazy,
how
isn't
can
it?
they have that? I mean,
Because
obviously
I,
it's the Glazers.
I think it's because they just haven't put. They thought a lick of paint would put it right.
Hmm.
Oh, we'll keep it painted and it'll look nice. But I've seen a video and it was a United fan in the concourse and he's going like this against and the concrete's just crumbling.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Evening, Tont.
Bill, Tom, mate, happy birthday, you old bastard. Cheers, bro. And new song from Palace fans tonight. Waka Waka AA 12th in the league. Who gives a fuck? We won the FA Cup. Yeah, well, copy our fucking tunes, why don't you? But yeah, big up to you, bro. And evening, Mama, and evening, Tont. Evening, all in the chat. And TV, big up, Tont. But yeah, if you want to jump on, bro, jump on. It's a birthday stream, so happy 27th birthday, Yeti. Did you have a birthday feast today, mate? 27?
Yeah, his
I
mum took him out
wish.
for breakfast, Jack. He had a big slap of breakfast.
Yeah, I wish it was 27, but
I wish I was
yeah,
20.
it was a good day. I always like being out with my mum because my mum's like fucking
Your mum's your mum.
yeah. She tries she she'll say different things to me and stuff like that, and I'll just like come back on her really quick, and she absolutely loves that because it's just who I am, you know. I'm very quick on the uptake and I'm very quick on the return, you know. But she is my mum and I love her to absolute bits.
Absolutely.
You'll never get another mother, so
Nope.
make sure you look after your mother because she is the main part of what you are.
Hmm.
100%. I mean, she's always there for me. You know, regardless what happens, she's always there for me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
your mum's always the one who forgives you.
100%. I mean, the shit I've done in the past that she's known about, and she's like, you know, helped me out with and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, your mum is the main part.
Hmm.
And would love to, mate, doing some coursework, just popping in to wish your birthday. Yeah, no worries, bro. Cheers, matey. Thank you. Appreciate that, matey. Loved the stream the other day with you.
Yeah,
We
the
didn't get to
takeaway was
share
a
it.
good laugh. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, not just takeaway, the actual game as well. The game was
Yeah,
quality as well.
that was good. Yes, I forgot
Mm.
about that. That was good.
Yeah, it was absolute class. All good, mate. Back home now. Got some tests to do tomorrow, MRI, and they've given me 4 different medications to take. Yeah, well, just keep taking them, mate. Don't stop
Yeah.
taking them. That's the worst thing you can do. I mean, I've been on, like back in the day, I've been on loads of different antidepressants, and I've been
Oh,
on things that was like treating me in a different way, and I just stopped taking them. Never ever
no, no.
stop taking medication. Keep it going and just see how it goes, or tell them that it's not working for you. Don't just stop it because your body becomes it needs it. It needs it. So you will fuck yourself up if you do.
You're on
that.
it for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what, a lot of them that I've done, I've just stopped them because of this or this side effect or that side effect, and it hasn't done me any good whatsoever.
No, they don't. You got to be careful with your meds.
Yeah, if you, because your body gets used to it and then it
Mhm.
misses it, so you get yourself on a silly turn. So make sure you keep fucking taking it, bro. That's good, Jack. Main thing is to take it easy and get the tests and results out of the way. Absolutely. Yeah, he did. Freddie get you a present? Did he leave one in the litter tray? He did actually. I had to get rid of the litter tray today. Funnily enough, so I think he definitely left me a present there because it was smelling like fuck. Yeah, definitely. It was, honestly, it was. He did a shit. Oh my days. I think that was his present to me. So yeah, that's kind of how that worked out.
Oh. Oh, jeez. Glimmin' knackered.
Big up, Adama. Happy birthday, you old bastard.
Hi, Adama.
Absolutely. Old bastard, because that bar can still take you all on. Yeah, I think it depends. If my MRI comes back and they find nothing, then they'll probably tell me to stop taking them too. So playing it by ear. Yeah, just keep going with what they say.
Isn't that a funny saying, playing it by ear? Where did that come from? How can you play it by ear?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
It doesn't make any sense, does it?
Is it because of what they say?
Oh, I'm just playing it by ear to see what happens.
Yeah, because they've told you to do that, so you're playing it by
I don't
ear.
know.
That's the only
I'm
thing
gonna
I can
Google
work
it.
out about it. I don't know any other way that would make sense to play it by ear. It's got to be to do with what they've said and what you've heard. And good evening and happy birthday, yay! Big up, Pepsi, mate. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well.
Hi, Pepsi. Oh, there you go. The idiom played by ear originates from the world of music, specifically from learning music without sheet music. Ah, played by ear. Yeah, I do that.
Sheet music, is that shit music?
Sheet. It refers to the practice of playing an instrument by listening to and responding to the music being played rather than following notes on the paper.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting, but I don't know how that comes into like taking medical stuff.
Well, he's just used it. He's playing it by ear, isn't he? It's got nothing to do with medication or anything in particular.
So he's just doing what he's listening to, like I said.
Yeah. Shut up, man.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
I did actually say that. Very good evening, beautiful and youthful looking mama. And
Thank
yeah,
you kindly. I wish I felt it, but there we go.
yeah, just listening to doctors because they know more than us civilians. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he has a very long set of ears to play anything by, just saying. And evening, you lot. Hope all is well. How you doing, Tony?
Evening,
What do
Tony.
you think of the last episode of Mobland? I thought this one was class.
I haven't watched it yet.
No, don't say anything. Don't spoil it or anything. But I think this one, this week, pulled it back for me. It was quality. One sheet. That's what I was thinking. Big up Adama. That's exactly what I was thinking when I said that. The musical yeah, he needs meds. I do, mate, but I just don't take them. The amount of times I've been given meds by doctors, and I've just all of a sudden gone, I don't need these anymore, and stopped taking them. And it hasn't done me any good, so I wouldn't advise anybody else to do it. to be honest.
So how many episodes is there of Mobland?
What's the late? Is it 8? Is it
8.
8? The
I
latest
think
one?
we've only watched 4.
Yeah, I think the latest one's 8. I think I'm not 100% sure. Tony might be able to clear that one up for me. But I think the latest one was 8 or 9. What the hell is that?
It's a dog having a drink of water.
Oh, right. Episode 9. I think 9's the latest one. Yeah, how many episodes of Mobland will there be? I'm sure. Yeah, 10 episodes. So obviously the next one's the last one. I thought it was 8 actually, but it's not. It's a class series. I mean, and it's all of a sudden started picking up again. You know, so yeah, I'm enjoying it.
I
And I
think the
watched
last one was when we saw was when they got the guy, you know, the fella's son who they killed, and he was in that box and he was all chopped up and everything.
Oh yeah.
We saw that, and it's more or less all hell was starting to break loose. That's
Yeah,
where
that's
we're at.
ages ago. That is. You need to catch up on that. So
Yeah.
nobody give any spoilers or anything on
No.
Mobland because don't spoil it for people. I loved it. Was hoping to talk about it. It was quality, mate. Yeah. I know what he's saying, but it's like I don't like spoiling shit for people. Wish you'd tell Yeti to shut up more often, Mama, please.
Just as I do.
She does. She does tell me to shut up a lot. I never listen, but she tells me. No spoilers. It really pulled me back in. Was disappointing after last week's episode. Yeah, same here, man. Big up, Anthony. How you doing, bro? And happy 52nd birthday, Lord Colin Bastard. Hope you got your free subscription for Babe Station. I did, mate. Cheers for that, mate. And big up, Mama. The stream, the links there if you want to jump on. I thought it was 8-2. Yeah, I thought it was 8. I'm sure it was 8. 52, fuck's sake. Geez, he looks much older. What a shame for him. You prick. You prick. I always get told I look younger than I do. So there we go. Bloody hell, the dog's thirsty. My dog does the same, makes a fucking racket. Hey, Anthony, what was going on in Bristol the other day with a fucking Antifa mob? Did you see any of that? Mobland, never heard of it. Mate, you need to watch it. It's good. It's a really good series. I thought that was Yeti slurping his pint. Yeah. And no spoilers. Yeah, don't spoil things. I don't like when people spoil things. I've watched it, but I won't go into like what happens or anything like that. But if I was talking to Tony personally, then obviously I'd
Yeah, you
talk
could
about
chat
it.
about it, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. But I won't. I hate it when people spoil shit. I've never liked that.
Yeah, some people
My
don't.
cousin used to always go. I would say like, "Oh, what do you think of this film?" Oh, it's an awesome movie, but when he dies in the end, he just ruins it. And I'm like, what? Cheers, mate. I won't bother watching that then.
It's like buying a book and then reading the last chapter or something like that.
Yeah. It's one of those things that really does wind me up when people
And
spoil
some
shit.
people do it deliberately.
They do. They do.
They do
Yeah,
it
you're right.
deliberately.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives them some kind of power. It's quite strange.
That's the dog, by the way.
You know, 3-1-2 free kick. Nice.
That's George the dog.
Who's George then? Who's George come from?
Oh, I've looked after him and Toots about 4 or 5 times. The owners are big Bruce Springsteen fans, and he's playing in Lille on
Oh,
Saturday. So they're having a couple of days over there and then the concert and then come back home.
how much do they pay you then to like look after the dogs?
£30 a night.
Wow, that's quite good. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you ever worry like how your dogs are gonna take to it?
Well, before any dog comes to stay, you have what's called a meet and greet, where the dogs come to the house and you sort of, after about an hour and a half, you can tell whether there's going to be friction or not. I mean, George and Toots have been here 4 or 5 times now. Obviously, they'd never met Jax. He squealed like a pig when George come through the door because he was just like, it was crazy. But then after it, and he just barks constantly when a dog comes in, and then he stops. He just stops.
Yeah, there's a bit of like there's a bit like same with cats. There's like a what do you call it? I can't remember what the fuck you call it. You know, like when you get people joining something, matriarchy type of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas one dog takes over, or you know, they sort of be same with cats. If you have many cats, then one will sort of take over and be the
There's always a
boss.
top one.
Yeah, exactly. One will take over and be the boss, and then the others will just sort of like succumb to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Anthony does whenever he's on anybody's stream. He does it all the time, doesn't he?
The only thing is with George, you got to watch because this dog literally eats anything. Anything. Barbecue bricks.
Oh
He
my
ate a whole
days.
packet of bird seed, random stuff like that. He's a bugger for that. He really is. But he's just a big goof. He's a typical golden retriever. He's just daft.
That's insane. Yeah, that is absolutely
Yeah,
insane.
barbecue bricks. Don't know what the hell it would have done to his digestive system, but there we go.
Yeah. Pepsi says Anthony drove his tractor through the centre of Bristol last Saturday, shouting at the
I can
protesters.
see that, Anthony on a
You know what? When I was watching the video, I was thinking, "Where's Anthony? I'm sure he's gonna fucking ride through here at some point." Bloody old George and Mama just fill the sink up with water, let him drink from there.
I've got 3 water bowls on the floor for them, man. It's crazy. Because Toots, the other dog, she has her kidneys are very, very small, and she has like kidney problems. So she's on this serious medication, and she drinks a lot all the time. The first dog you heard drinking was her.
Yeah.
The second one's George. He just slops everywhere. And there we go.
Well, at first, when you said George, I thought you actually meant George.
No, not George is in bed
For
asleep.
fuck's sake. Give him a cup of tea. Fucking hell.
Aye. I don't think we'd be married if he drunk like that.
No, I don't think so either.
Can't stand noisy he does. And drinkers.
Yeah, and that is massively noisy as well, isn't it?
So I've got up from a table and left when people are eating and they make a noise and slurp. I cannot stand it.
No, I can't. No, I don't like that.
It's like, shut your mouth, man. You're eating. No.
I've always been one of these kind of people where if you slap your chops, then I have the right to slap your chops.
No, I just get up and go and find something else to do or something like that. I just can't stand it.
There's nothing worse than when somebody fucking eats like...
You know, when they're slurping over their soup, they're going...
Oh, my days, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, he's so bloody annoying.
Horrible.
So annoying. Well, it's still 2-0 to Manchester City. Bournemouth are trying to get something going, but it's
I've
not
barely
quite
looked at
working
this
at the
game.
minute. I'm just kind of watching it just to see kind of what goes on. I mean, I'd love to see Bournemouth actually come back and win this game, but I can't see it at the minute. 57 minutes gone. Do you reckon like Areola will go somewhere else? Because I mean, I know I've heard like Spurs. But I mean, Spurs are interested in anybody. Let's face it. I mean, fucking hell, I might get a job as a manager
Yeah.
at Spurs. You know what I mean?
The minute it just seems to be so a manager has a good season, there is a smaller club. Also, he's going to go to Man United. He's going to go to Spurs.
Mm,
He's going to do this. He's going to do
mm.
that. And it's also the same with a player. They have one good season and then they're catapulted into like front and center, where it's like, oh, Man
Yeah,
United want him, Arsenal
yeah.
are wanting him. Look at this Gyökeres thing. They're all fighting over him. He was in the
Mm.
in the championship 2 years ago. Nobody was interested in him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But all of a
it
sudden,
is.
he's a
It's
baller, whatever that
yeah.
means.
It's so easy to like become something like that because, I mean, it's like you look at Lewis Skelly. Yeah, he's
Mm,
a good player. You can see that he's got the abilities to be a good player,
mm.
but we sort of vamp him up so much.
All the
Oh,
time.
he's the next one. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
mean that's
Oh,
crazy.
he's going to be the next Wayne Rooney, or he's going to be this, or he's going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Just leave them alone,
Mm,
because they hype up these young lads so much that I sometimes believe that these young kids actually believe the hype. I'm a world
yeah,
class player
yeah,
and I'm only 18, 19. I'm getting 100 grand a week. I've got
yeah.
this car, I've got that car, I've got all these watches and all that. And then
Mm,
look what happens, you get a Deli Alice situation, don't you?
yeah. Well, just look at Nketiah, the way he was like built up, and he obviously ended up leaving Arsenal, and he got an FA Cup, which I think he's got. I think he was there when they got the first FA Cup, so obviously he had got an FA Cup before. Do I do that on a
Yeah,
stream?
all the
Is
time,
that
Anthony.
me?
No, you don't, honest. You don't.
Yeah, you're all right, mate. You're
But
all right.
no, that they just hype these people up. Like I say, because a player's had a good season or a good half a
Mm,
season, they need to leave Crystal Palace because they'll never develop there.
mm,
Really? So you're going to put him in a bigger club where he's going to feel totally ill at ease and worry about performing, and then he's going to
mm.
be a flop.
Yeah, yeah. I think we like I say we actually fucking build up players so easily nowadays. You know.
Oh, he's world class.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
World class. My definition of world class is a player who goes into any team and does exceptionally well. I'm not
Mm,
talking about winning trophies or medals or anything. They couldn't go into any team and affect that team to be better.
mm.
That to me is a world class player.
Well, they've also got to they've got to be on it full time.
Yeah,
It's
every
not just
game.
about one or two games. I mean, it's like Saka. Yeah, I mean, the only world class I saw from Saka was against PSG in the second leg. Other than that, I didn't see that, to be honest. So it gets like that and the legend thing
Oh,
gets put around far too easy nowadays.
all these young. I saw an argument the other day about this, comparing the young Barcelona lad. Um,
Oh, Yamal's definitely going to be world
Yes,
class.
him,
No
comparing
doubt about
him
that.
to, that was, it was Saka, they were comparing Phil Foden and all this, and I'm thinking, the lad clearly, very, very clearly has a God-given talent.
Oh, 100%. Totally.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
But is
It-
he still going to be that way at 21, at 25? Because
He
sometimes
is
he's
going to
young
be
that,
world class, though. No doubt about
you
that.
know, but you don't want him to have burnout, so just leave him to learn his trade. Let him
Yeah, yeah,
grow. Let
yeah.
let him. It just annoys me because he needs to leave Barcelona and go and sign for Madrid. And, oh man, just stop it.
Yeah, I mean, he looks an absolute class
He
act.
does look something
100%
special. He's one
class
of
act.
them, isn't he?
Yeah. He definitely looks like one that I mean, I was watching him the Barcelona Inter Milan game, the first one, and I was like, man, this guy has got something special. There's no doubt about that. He's got absolutely something special. And then I saw people saying, "Oh yeah, Yamal's very much like Saka." Shut up!
No,
Just shut up. He's miles ahead of Saka. Even though he's what, 19? Is he 18,
I
19?
think he's younger.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
not
miles ahead
17?
of Saka.
But again, that's doing Saka a disservice because you're comparing him
Mm,
to somebody, that's no disrespect to Saka, but the kid is clearly far superior to him.
100%. Because he has more to offer. I mean, I've noticed like with Saka, he's actually doing different things in the game all the time at the
Mhm.
minute. You know, he's getting on his right foot, he's crossing with his right foot and all that kind of stuff. So he is trying to offer a little bit more. But if you was to be offered the two players of, and I'm not going to say Yamal, I'm going to say if you was to be offered Salah or Saka, which one are you taking?
That's a hard one because I like Salah. I do like Mohamed Salah.
It's Salah, 100%. Because
Yeah,
Salah can actually create something and he can
yeah.
actually create an assist. Saka,
Right.
to me, is a bit of a one-trick pony.
Yeah. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Big up Daniel Knights. How you doing, bro? You all right, matey? And I want City to drop points today. So do I, mate. So fucking do I. But it's not looking like that's going to be the case, is it? Really is not looking like that's going to be the case. Unfortunately, City are just like controlling this game. You know, Bournemouth are getting chances. I mean, Bournemouth's going to get picked apart, let's face it, because Kirkes, I think, is on the verge of going to Liverpool, I think it is. And Houston's on the verge of going to Real Madrid. So they, unfortunately, are going to get picked apart because when you start doing these things and doing well, all of a sudden, all these vultures just come in and start pulling the team and taking the players. Semenyo, I think, is heavily looked at as well, which I understand because I do think Semenyo is a good player, always have. I did Pepsi. I can't stand protesters. Oh, mate, that was crazy in Bristol the other day. That was absolutely crazy. And the police in Bristol should be ashamed. Because all they had to do, there was only like 20 of those Antifa twats. All they had to do was arrest them. Just keep arresting. All my days, the red card. Well, that's fucked it. Red card for Kovacic. Kovacic gets a red card. So City are down to 10 men. Right, I've got to go for a pee. I'll be back in a sec. Right, okay, so Kovacic has been sent off. De Bruyne's going off. So City down to 10 men. 69 minutes gone. Can Bournemouth take advantage from this? That's the biggest thing right now. The thing is, though, Anthony, all these people that are protesting are paid. They're paid protesters. That's why they don't want to show their face. If you're going to protest for something, you show your face. If you're going to protest for something, you show your face. Otherwise, you ain't completely about what you're protesting for. You know? I've never understood that. And they're all calling people pussies while they've got masks on and nobody can see who they are. Absolute ridiculous. And I'll be honest, listening to that fucking Nick Tanconi or whatever his name is, I'm getting more towards the UKIP thing than the reform, to be honest. Go on, Bournemouth. Fucking hell. Come on. Not 100% sure on Farage, to be honest. Not 100% sure on him. I think we need a party that's actually going to, that's not about, what they are and all that kind of stuff. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, but you all need to stick together because if your main aim is to get Britain back, then you should stick together. And then when you stick together and get in, then you can fight against each other after that. If you're not prepared to do that, then you're just about yourself. You're just about yourself and what you can do. You should be sticking together and get it done that way. Big up Brian at CFC. How you doing, mate? Big up the chat. Big up Yeti, bro. Yeah, big up to you as well, matey. How was that Chile goal. I'm at work. Gotta check highlights later. Oh, the Marmouche goal was fucking quality. I don't know about Chile goal. What's a Chile goal?
Chilwell?
Oh, Chilwell, yeah. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'm watching the Man United Bournemouth game at the minute. Bournemouth are really sort of trying to get it together. But do you agree with that, though, Mama? It's like, to me, it's like, you've got like Reform and you've got UKIP and all this, that, and the other. If you read, oh my days, another red. Another red card for Bournemouth. Cook's gone. That's a red card for C and a red card for Bournemouth.
How many there has already had one, like?
Yeah, Man City got a red card earlier. And now fucking Cook's got one. It is a bit of a naughty one, to be fair. Yeah, he's gone in studs. He's gone in studs there.
Oof.
That's
Studs
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Above the ankle. He's off. The Ravens.
What do you think, Mama, about? Because my thing is this, right? If Reform and UKIP and Britain First, or whichever one you want to go with, wants to actually get their main aim is to get the country back. So why not all just join together?
I know.
Get the country back, and then you can all fight it out between each other afterwards. And that's my biggest issue, because you all want to be the main one. And all you're going to do is you're going to fractionise the votes.
They're just going to divide the vote as on then it becomes a wasted vote.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know why I said fractionise. I was trying to say something that sounded clever.
It's a new one on me.
It didn't work. But that's exactly what I'm saying. They're going to divide the votes, because some people are going to go for UKIP, some people are going to go for Britain First, some people are going to go for Reform, and guess who's going to get in? Labour or Conservatives.
Yeah. You got it. I think maybe in that case, then you have to be looking at tactical voting, don't you?
Well, you've got to look into what you're actually trying to do. If you want to get the country back, then make sure Reform get it, and then you do what you've got to do to get it back from them.
Yeah. There's more and more people now are saying you've got to vote Reform. I mean, they made a killing at the local elections.
They did, but the thing is are they really the answer? Because, I mean, you look at Nigel Farage, yes, I agree with a lot of things that he says, but the thing is, he said the same things about Brexit, and then as soon as they won Brexit, he fucking retired and left. So where can you trust him?
Exactly.
I
don't know. I've got to be honest, yet he has stepped out of taking an avid interest in politics about 10 years ago. And I've never really, but I just haven't.
I think, to be quite honest, the only way we change things is if we all stick together. And, the fact of the matter is race is always going to be a thing with the system, because they use that as a division tactic. But the thing is, if we stick together, then that is something that scares them.
What we need is a people's party.
Yeah.
That's what you need, a people's party.
Absolutely. Yeah. You need someone like me to fucking stand.
No. Absolute no way.
No, somebody who actually fucking has been there
No,
and
but you don't know.
actually sees
Yeah,
what
but
the struggles are.
I couldn't put you in charge of the budget or anything like that. That would just be an epic fail, that.
They better make sure that you was all right, basically. So I
But you
don't know
see,
why.
this is where your problem arises, because most of your people who are in power, or who have been in power, they're professional
Mm.
politicians. So they've got the
Yeah,
knowledge.
but what's a professional politician?
Well, all those that sit in Westminster, they're
What, the
yeah,
ones that fall to sleep all the time?
it's just, I mean, I wouldn't know how to do homeland security or anything like that, because we're
I'm good
just,
at falling asleep when people bore
you
me.
know what I mean? No, but if you're going to be serious about it, those are the things you have to consider, because you need a Home Secretary, a Foreign Secretary, a Chancellor of the
Yeah,
Exchequer.
you've got to make sure that your recruiting. I'm making words up left, right, and centre. Recruiting is right,
Yeah,
but
that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. So therefore,
yeah.
you'd need somebody who's already done that type of thing before, and therefore you're going to a professional politician.
How wrong could we go by doing it that way, though? Because we've done it the other way all the time, and it
I
ain't
don't know.
worked. So how
Like,
wrong could we go doing it the opposite way?
like I say, I stepped out of politics 10 years ago, and I've never really paid that much interest to it since. I haven't.
Anthony said, I think, yeah, he should do his own party, the Raving Yes Zesty Loony Party.
You know what it is, though,
Absolutely.
Anthony? There will be
100%.
people who would vote for him,
Mm.
and that's the truth. It is.
Yeah, but I would take people into account. I've always been that way. I've never been any different. I've always take people into account. Would be different to get around being stuck to someone and difficult. I'll vote for Yeti if he brings down beer to £4 a pint.
It's
Well, yeah,
£4 a
well,
pint up
that's
here,
gonna,
Anthony. I don't know where you're drinking.
yeah, Yeti, Yeti. Anthony, that would be 100%, mate. Of course, well, even £4, it'd be £2 a pint, mate. If I take over. Remember that politician that got caught watching porn? Yeah. I think the whole thing about politicians and having the knowledge and all that lot is bullshit. I do. I think it's obvious if you sort of like live your life and seen the way that life works and seen the way that life works properly, then I think anybody could do that job.
Oh, I'll disagree with you there. I don't. I think you need to have a vast amount of knowledge, a vast amount. Living the average Joe on the street, like I say, would he know anything about a proper
How
budget?
much more could we go wrong if you had
Like I
somebody
say,
that
yeah, I
jumped
don't
in?
know. It's not something I've even thought about. The only thing I do think about is I won't vote.
But
So
it ain't right though, is it? The
no,
way
it's
it's
not.
going. So how much more wrong can you do? I mean,
But
this is
the
why
simple
people
fact is,
go for reform.
it's not going to happen, is it?
No,
It isn't going to happen.
no.
Not unless there's a massive, because what you've got to understand is you've got your core of conservatives who are always going to vote conservative
Mm,
regardless of what's going on, as you have your core of Labour voters. Then you've got your flip-flops who vote either or, and sometimes for the Liberal Democrats, who seem to be the
mm.
forgotten party out there. And then you've got your people who are fighting for change, who are voting reform, which I completely understand. And maybe that's the way to go, vote for them, because it disrupts the other two.
And I think that's where we are now. You've
And
got
that's
to
and
disrupt the other two.
then you're going to see what happens and how things
Mm.
change. But I don't know. The country's on its knees, literally on its knees financially, and You know, I mean, where's this supposedly at Brexit? The NHS was supposed to get £365 billion because we
Mm.
left Europe. Where's that money? Where is it?
Yeah, but
Where's that gone?
we've been led into a false
We
security
were
for far
duped.
too long now, and I
You
think
were
the only way you're
this.
actually going to get it going is having somebody who's a person who's actually been through the bad times and the good times of life and all that kind of stuff. Yes, they might not have the politician. I mean, what is it? I mean, what is this amazing training that you get as a politician?
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not.
explain to me.
You don't have. It's not. I'm not saying trained as a politician, but you've got to have something like a financial background. You've been a banker or you've worked
Yeah,
in
but
the
all they
finance
do is
industry.
feather their own caps.
Do you
That's
know what I
all they
mean?
ever do.
I don't think like you can just step up and just say, right, I can run the country.
Well, you can if you get backing, but
I
you've
don't-
also got to have the right people in place who's going to do the right things.
Not for me, Clive. Not for me.
Who's Clive?
You never heard the Clive Tillersley and Andy Townsend together, and Clive Tillersley will say something, and Andy Townsend goes, "No, not for me, Clive. That's me. Not for me."
No, I was actually thinking right turn, Clive.
Who?
Right turn, Clive.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Every which way but loose.
All right.
Clint Eastwood film with the fucking
Mm.
orangutan. Arteta would make an excellent
You want to work?
politician. There, mate, not in a million
Go on.
years.
It's all right.
What do you guys think? Who would you vote? I mean, I don't. To be honest, I think one of the biggest problems we've got nowadays with social media is everybody telling everybody who they're voting for because that's got nothing to do with anybody else. You know, it's a personal thing who you want to vote for. Vote for me, guys. Vote for me. I'll sort the fucker. I'll sort it out. Anybody who falls asleep in Parliament gets stoned in the street, and you all get to actually stone him. That's my policy. Yeah, you all get to throw the stones at him. As our prime minister was in Bristol a few weeks back, came in a helicopter by where I was. I shouted out, "You prick!" but he didn't hear me. Bristol's one of the worst places. They are one of the worst places for woke people. In this country, they are one of the worst people. And it's like, I mean, not you, obviously, but, well, I mean, you are when you start going on. But the thing is, it's like, you know, if we're going to fucking try and sort this out, then we've got to all stick together. Regardless which way we go, we've got to stick together. Because otherwise, we don't stick together, then the fucking Conservatives or Labour is just going to benefit from it. So, and these people that turn around and go, "Oh, I'm voting Labour because my mum and dad always used to vote Labour." You are a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. Did your mum and dad not ever learn you to fucking make your own mind up? You know? That makes no sense to me. I hate when people say that. Because Labour now is completely different to Labour then. You know? So how can you just like go on with what your mum and dad used to do? Labour is a different thing now. I don't know how we sort it out, to be honest. I really don't know how we sort it out. I think we're heading for civil war, to be honest. What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think, because that's just my point of view. I think we're heading for civil war. I mean, people standing on the street saying, fucking, you're a Nazi and all that kind of stuff. That ain't right. That ain't right. Eze makes it 4-2. Gorgeous finish. Nice. Eze's value is proper going up, bro. Proper going up. At the end of the day, we've got to take our country back. One way or the other, we've got to take our country back. He has a 16 million release clause, apparently. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Because what he's done in the last few weeks, that 60 million ain't enough. You're going to lose out on that, mate. I got no time for them, like our government, thick as fuck. Sorry, but it's true. Yeah, 100%. 100%. We need to fucking take the power back. I think that's exactly where we are nowadays. We need to take the fucking power back.
Lie down.
Manchester City scored again. 3-0. That sucks. So basically, we've got to rely
That
on,
puts them into third, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've got to rely on United beating Aston Villa and us beating Chelsea, obviously. That's kind of where we are at the minute, because Manchester City's got 68 points. We can get 68 points. Chelsea and Villa are on 66 points. So we've got to beat Chelsea. And then we've got to rely on Villa getting beat by Manchester United.
I was reading the rumour mill the day, and they were saying Martinez, the Liverpool, the Villa keeper, could be on his way to Man United.
Martinez?
Aye, leaving Villa.
All right.
Yeah, but that's an interesting
Man United getting like logged in with everything. I mean, they've been logged in with that Cunha as well.
No, well, it seems like that's a done deal.
Yeah, according to what I've heard, but that's Fabrizio fucking whatever his name is, Romano.
I get paid 20 grand for every tweet I put out.
Wait, he said something the other day. So I put in a comment saying, ain't that tapping up? That's called tapping up. That's what it used to be called.
Yeah.
And I had like loads of people like replying to me going, oh no, it's not tapping up, it's just like sorting your situation out because you have to sort your situation. No, it's fucking tapping up.
When a player is under contract at a club and he hasn't put a transfer request in or anything like that, the rules were, and I would assume they're still the same, if a club's agent approaches his agent that is tapping up.
Yeah. That's how I always understood.
That's how I've always thought about it. If their contract's running out, if they're coming to the end of their contract or they've put a transfer request in, then it's making inquiries. Would you be interested?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Well, it's like that guy. What's his name? Frimpong.
Mm-hmm.
And Fabrizio has said that in 24 hours the contract's going to be done. The window's not open. What are you on about?
I don't get it. It's like they're all screaming about this Florian Wirtz from Germany. And yet his family are saying he's not leaving Germany. He's staying, but apparently he's signing for Man United, Man City or something like that. But his family's saying he's not leaving. So I don't...
I mean, I've heard that Florian Wirtz, they've turned their attention to Morgan Gibbs White instead. And it's just bollocks. It is absolute bollocks.
I've never known a transfer window is, I don't know, before the season's even finished, you've got players signing for other clubs and stuff like that. So are they just saying it's a done deal in that contract or what? And it's the same with this emphasis on Champions League spots in the league. I've never known it be such a focal talking point. Oh, you've got to get Champions League. You must get Champions League. When has that become? Is that all it is now? Forget winning the league and winning cups. You've just got to be in a position where you're going to be playing Champions League and then get knocked out in the first round. And then where are you? £500,000 better off.
That's where the money is, though, isn't it?
It is, but if you get knocked out in the first round, I think you only get £250,000 or something. Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Football's not like what it used to be, Eddie.
No,
it really isn't.
It's not. No.
Oh, I must tell you. You know, Hagen, one of the golden doodle I look after on a regular basis. On Saturday, while the lads were here, Hagen's owner, Joanna, came round for a coffee and a chat and whatnot. And she works for Lego. And Simon's a massive adult Lego. He's some of the things that lad's built's awesome. Anyway, she had said, well, I can get it you half price. So if there's a really expensive item you want, blah, blah, blah. And she was talking about a hubby's brother. A hubby's brother is the barrister, head solicitor, however you want to put it, for Newcastle United. And I went, you've never told me that before. Why haven't I? And she says, why would you like to go to a game? What would I like? Oh, she says, Leslie, don't worry. I'll get it all sorted for you for next season.
Nice.
So, and I went, does he have a box? She went, yeah, he's got 2. I'm like, awesome. I'll have some of that.
Yeah, nice.
So I'll do a vlog from my box.
Vlog from me box. Pepsi says council taxes and always been a joke. Too greedy. 100%.
Got Margaret Thatcher to thank for that.
You still Champions League? Yeah, you top 5 now, bro. We gotta beat Chelsea. If we beat Chelsea and Man United beat Aston Villa, then we can be top 5. But we've left it to chance now. So.
How do you all say tomorrow night panning out between Spurs and United?
United win.
I think United will win. I don't know why. I do. I just do.
Yeah.
But if the Spurs fans, if they win, are going to be talking about it for the next 6 months that they've won something. And obviously they're going to rub it in the Gunners' faces constantly. is on it's going to be something
Oh,
to,
massively.
and they're going to
Massively.
get doubly angry because they've got a season and no trophies. And it's, I mean, I've seen arguments this week about it, and they haven't even kicked a ball. I just have a feeling Man United win it. I don't think I want Spurs to win because I
Hmm.
don't particularly like Spurs.
I want Spurs to win to fuck over Arsenal, but I think Man United will win it. Because if Spurs win that,
Oh,
it's going to be
I
fucking
tell you what it is,
hilarious.
if Spurs win that, half the Arsenal fans will probably disappear off YouTube, and you can't
Mm.
blame them really,
Yeah.
can you?
Yeah.
You know, the decent ones.
That is going to be hilarious if Spurs actually win it.
Can you imagine Igal? Jesus. You know the picture of Arteta as the bridesmaid? Loads of people have taken Arteta's head off and put Igal's head on and using it as the PFP on YouTube. It's because he cried so much how disrespectful it was. It was so funny.
He's a fucking mug. He has no idea about football. He has no idea about what's going on. That guy's an absolute fucking mug. There's no doubt about that. And it's like, to me, it's like I want Man United to win it, but if Spurs do actually win that, it's gonna be hilarious. I'm sorry, Anthony.
Well,
Sorry, bro, but it's gonna be
what
hilarious.
I don't get is the amount of Arsenal fans I've seen say they want Spurs to win.
Yeah.
I don't get that. That's like me saying I want Sunderland to win something. No, I don't.
Mm,
They're my rival. I don't want them to win anything.
that's insane. Why would Arsenal want Spurs to win
Yeah, I've
something in
seen it
Europe?
in the chat.
That's crazy.
Arsenal fans saying, I hate Spurs, but I hate Man United more, and I'd rather Spurs won it."
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because all these young little fucking upstarts don't understand rivalries.
Well, it's funny you say that. Somebody said that in one of the chats today. He said, "I don't live in the UK, and this regional rivalry means nothing to me."
Mm. That was perfect timing, wasn't it? But yeah, I mean, look, anybody that turns around, any Arsenal fan that turns around and says that they'd rather Tottenham win tomorrow,
Yeah,
you ain't an Arsenal fan.
well,
Sorry,
he
but
was
you're
called
not an
the guy
Arsenal
that
fan.
specifically said it. People were saying, "Mate, I'm a City fan, and I don't believe." And he's like, "No, I'd rather
You're not
Spurs
an
win."
Arsenal fan. Sorry, but you're not.
And I'm like, "No." That's but this other lad saying about the regional rivalry, he says, "I don't understand the regional rivalry. I don't live in the UK." And somebody said, "Yeah, well, you can't comment on it then if you don't understand it."
Mm,
And
absolutely.
he's like, "But it's totally pointless." No, it isn't. It's part of what football is. But
Mm.
I've seen, honestly, Pepsi, I've seen it. Also,
That, to me, Pepsi, that's disgusting because you
they're
ain't an
claiming
Arsenal fan. You're not an Arsenal fan if you
they're
want that.
claiming to be Arsenal fans, and most of this year I have seen them supporting Arsenal, the people I'm talking about in the actual, because like everybody's like, "Mate, you cannot, as an Arsenal fan, you cannot want Spurs to win anything." But his hatred is more for Man
Well,
United,
back in the
so,
set, I left your fucking bear in the freezer.
well, that's going to sound well, isn't it? It's just bizarre. But I mean, I don't know if he's a UK-based fan and maybe he doesn't get that rivalry. I don't know, because a lot of the international fans, pardon me, genuinely don't understand that rivalry. Because one guy said, "Why would Spurs be a rival of Arsenal? Because Arsenal are so much bigger and better than Spurs. Therefore, Liverpool and Manchester United would more likely be their rivals. They don't get because they're in the same space, really. They don't understand that. And it is weird. It's very weird. But yeah, no, I would never want Sunderland to win a game, never mind a cup. Because they're Mackems. I just wouldn't. Wouldn't we not, Jacks? No, we wouldn't. I mean, Anthony, who do you want to win tomorrow? Exactly there. You don't like Man United, but you can't bet it's exactly that. It's the worst thing in the world, isn't it? Your rival winning something, and you haven't got that. And I saw another strange argument today. One Arsenal fan said, how can, because there was the comparison, who's had the better season, who like Spurs winning or United winning the cup, comparing it to Arsenal as they do. And people are saying, well, obviously, whoever wins this cup tomorrow's had the better season because they have a trophy at the end of it, and that's what it's all about. In this one Arsenal lad, bless his heart, he's saying, yeah, but how can how can they have a better season than Arsenal when we're not even in that competition? He didn't seem to get that. It doesn't matter about the competition, it's the cup. That's whatever cup it is, it's the cup that matters. And it was really quite strange because he was really struggling and arguing with people. No, it's got nothing to do with that. We're Arsenal aren't involved in the Europa League, therefore you can't have had a better season. I don't know. Is it all about the trophies? I don't know. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Well, exactly. DJ, exactly that. It's all about. Is it all about the cups? Maybe it is. I don't know. We won the Carbob Cup. That's my claim to fame. No, but say Man United. Yeah. It's all about that rivalry, isn't it? Because Spurs is just going to ram it down your neck. Because they obviously see Arsenal as their biggest rival, so they're just going to constantly goad and ram it down your neck that
Mm.
and you
Do you know what? If you had the game back in the day, and you could understand this, if it was like Newcastle Sunderland or Forest Derby, and somebody had turned around and gone, "Oh, I hope Derby wins this," or Sunderland, I hope Sunderland win this, they would have got a smack in the mouth.
Yep, absolutely.
That's the difference nowadays.
Yeah. I think, hand on heart, I think the people who don't get it are international fans, the same as they're the international fans saying they want Spurs to win rather than Manchester United.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
They're just kind of latching on. They're
Yeah.
just kind of latching on, and they don't understand the rivalry or the tribal thing.
I've seen it
that
so
we have.
many times. Like when I've been on the terrace and people saying, obviously Terry's a Man United fan. Terry, you never big up City. You always put in. He's like, well, because I'm a Man United fan. Why would I big up my rival? Yeah, but we've done really well. Don't care.
Don't matter.
They can't say that. They genuinely cannot say it. It's bizarre.
It is. It makes no sense at all. Man United, Mama, I want to win, but it's been a funny season, so I bet
You
they
hope not.
do it, but I hope they don't. Yeah, mate, if you're a proper fan, an 100% fan of your club, you do not want your rivals to do anything. And if you're there, and the problem is nowadays is because you've got social media and got everybody having YouTube channels, and they don't do it because they feel that way. They do it because they know they're going to be different to everybody else. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because at some point you have to look at yourself and go, Am I a credible human being? And when you do that, you're not. Because you're just doing it for the clicks and for the money and all that kind of stuff. You're an absolute fucking disgrace. And if
What
you'd
was
have done it back in the day, you wouldn't be here now.
I read a comment out to him earlier on today from a football chat, and I says, I don't know where these people get these ideas. And he says,
It's clicks and
no,
fucking
this is
stuff.
just in the chat. This wasn't on screen. This is just chat as in the chat. And he says, every day when you're on a stream, I hear you say, how do you come to that conclusion? Are you I mean, I do. I talk to the screen, not that they can hear us. And he say, you say it all the time. Every day you say the same thing. How the hell do they work that out?
But the thing is, they get noticed, though. That's the point. Whether it's clicks or whether it's clickbait or not, they get noticed when they say stupid shit like that. You know, it's like I can go into like a Lee Gunner stream and go, Lee Gunner, you're full of shit and you're a prick and all this, that, and the other. What am I going to get? Mutant alert, mutant alert. You know,
that
and it's
annoys
all
me
to
now.
do with that. It's all to do with that because
I'm
I know
so
they're
sick
going
of
to get
seeing that
noticed.
comment. Mutant alert.
You can be in someone's chat and you can just go look at Pete Haywood. I mean, look, you can say whatever you want about Pete Haywood, but he does it amazingly. He'll come in and he'll say something that's always going to trigger you know. So, and that's what they do. They just trigger.
I can't get that some of them actually believe what they're typing.
You know what? I'd love to see some of them around back in the day saying stuff like that, like right in front of us when they say it. I'd love to see that because they would get absolutely fucking destroyed.
Yep.
You've got your thing with Newcastle Jammy Dodgers or whatever you called. Was it Jammy Dodgers or something? Your fucking
Jammy Dodger.
your firm or whatever.
Gremlins.
Girl, yeah, then. Yeah, I said Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers to Gremlins.
But
Can't see that jump somehow.
I don't know where I get Jammy Dodgers from, but yeah, but I mean, if things like that was said in front of them, how do you think that works out?
Well, put it this way, they'd be seeking medical assistance.
That's what I'm saying. And people now can just turn around and say things online, and there's no repercussions. Mike Tyson said it perfectly. People say things online are the reach of a punch in the face. And that is exactly the way it is.
Oh, of course.
I reckon that Terry's a secret Arsenal fan. He always talks about them and keeps praising them up. Who's Terry?
Terry off the terrace?
Oh, right, yeah. The Zebras, yeah. I don't think a lot of these fans that do shit what they do now don't understand how it was back in the day.
They don't. And then they laugh at people like us who talk about football back in the day. But to be fair, you're not even going that far back. Are you really? You're not good. It's not like you're going back to the 70s or 80s. You've got the 90s and the early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about it then. I mean, you know, I find it hilarious when you see people bragging about what their clubs won, and we've got this and we've got that, and well, sorry, I've got this, I've got this, and I've got that. You weren't even on this planet when your club won it. Can you identify the players that were in the team at the time? No, you can't.
I think this YouTube thing creates a lot of wankers, to be quite honest with you. The one that you're talking about right now, I know exactly who you're talking about. And it's just like, you know, they are just wankers. They just see a reason to like earn a load of money and they just go on with that. And it's just ideal, but you would not have done that back in the day
No.
if you was actually in the stands.
I just find it funny when they refer to the club as them.
Mm.
In all these people who talk big on the tactics, how Pep hasn't got a clue. He played so and so here, and he should have played this one there, and all this. This is supposedly one of the best manager in the world at this present time, and yet here you are sitting on YouTube telling this best manager in the world how he should be setting his team up to win.
Yeah, that's what they do, though. That's exactly what they do.
I don't know. It's weird. Do you know, I've never, ever watched AFTV. Never.
I did when we beat them in the FA Cup because I wanted to see the meltdown.
No,
That was the
never
only reason
watched
I
it.
went on.
When I first came on YouTube many years ago, and people back then were talking about them, and this is when, like, Lee Gunnar, I think he had about 56,000 subs, and Terry was just on 100,000 or something like that. That all the big, they weren't as big as what and people then was. And I just thought, I assume I saw a clip of that Ty in his crazy takes, and I thought, no, you're going to annoy me, so I'm not going to watch it.
Mm.
And then I left YouTube for about 4 years, and then I come back.
Yeah. The thing is, they all do it for like clickbait and all that kind of stuff. I mean, as you know, I've never ever done that. If I've got something to say about somebody, I will say it. But they don't watch my shit anyway. But if I have something to say about somebody, I will say it, and that's why I've got this platform.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like some of them just come out with the most bollocks. I mean, I was on, on Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
can't remember what I fucking super chatted because I was pissed out my face. It was after I'd done
Oh, I know you
the
were.
stream with Tom, and then it was after I did that random stream. Then obviously got banging on the wall, so I had to cut that down. Then I went on Lee Gunner's stream and I sent in a super chat. I can remember it to a point where I was ripping into everybody that was on the stream. But I cannot remember what I said. Cannot remember what I said. But yeah. I ain't bothered about any of them. Not bothered about any of them. If you want to bring it, bring it. I've never been any different. I will never be any different. I will always talk it honestly. I'll tell people exactly what I think of them. Never been any different. Will never be any different.
We knew. We knew.
But I have no idea what I said.
Can you not
I
go
can't
back and
remember.
watch it?
Well, it hasn't come up in my. I don't know if I did it wrong, but it hasn't come up in my. Normally it comes up in my emails. It says, "Oh, you sent this super chat," or "You sent that super chat." I've not seen it.
You get emails about your super chat.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I send a super chat, it comes up and says how much it costs or whatever. But I ain't seen that. I don't know where that is. So I don't know if I actually sent. I may not have even sent it. I don't know. You called everyone a prick, gay. Well, yeah, but I mean, they don't
That's not
expect
new,
that
but
anyway.
Anthony, come on now.
They don't expect that anyway.
Any road. I'm going to do a shoot
Yeah, no worries.
because I have 5 dogs to sort out before I go to bed.
Nice.
I've got to try and get
Nice.
Toots out of our crate to go for our jobs without Jax going ballistic and barking and waking the world and his brother up. Not sure how that's going to work.
But I don't.
There we go.
So, does anybody want to do a random and come on to the stream? Because I will do a random because it is my birthday. So,
Well, if I can get them all sorted, you know the one you did the other night, the random. I saw it and I thought, oh right, I'll get the dogs sorted, finish that feeding, get them out and everything, which I did do. Completely forgot all about the stream, switched everything off and went to bed.
no,
Completely.
I had Dallon and I had what's his name, AK4P.
All right, I completely forgot all about
And
it.
all of a sudden, I got banging on the wall, so I had to
Yeah.
cut it down. But I did do that.
I thought, because when I got up, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm sure, did I do everything last night? And I'm thinking, and then when I read, just completely forgot. Because it took us about 20 minutes to get the dogs to finish their dinner and go out into the garden and whatnot. I just switched everything off and went to bed.
I mean, I can do a private stream. If people want to jump in. I mean, I don't. Pepsi, get me on fucking Instagram or whatever. If you want to come in and have a chat or whatever,
Hi, Macaulay. Hope
Big
you're
up
well.
McFly, hello man, Flossie, all the best, yeah, you Asian old bastard. Yeah, mate. I'm not sure that comes good from you because you're 58. So
Oh, there's Scald as well. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you, Yeti. If you're doing one and I'm all sorted, I'll keep an eye and I'll hop on.
I don't know how long it's gonna last because,
No.
it's 10:18 now, so I
Yeah.
could get banging on the wall. So
Yeah. Anthony's saying do a PS, so
yeah, I'll do a PS if everybody wants to join up to that. But make sure you get me on. I'll send the link into the Discord if you want to come on or whatever. And if you want to get me on Instagram, LongEasyEti187, then I'll add you to the PS as well.
yeah.
So you can talk your shit out the way of the chat and have it face to face. You don't have to use your cam, whatever you want to do.
Right, dear. I love yous and leave yous all. Good night,
Mm.
chat. I might see yous later.
Yeah,
Glad you
thank you for being on.
Glad you had a good day, Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed the daughter sent you a message.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Big up to Gemma. Yeah, big up to Gemma.
All right then, Pep. Much love as always.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catch you in a bit.
Catch you in a bit. Yeah. Catch you in a bit. Never shuts up. She never shuts up, does she? I try and have her on, but she just never shuts up. I can't get a word in edgeways. Nah, I love Mum Flossie. But yeah, I'm gonna do like a PS. It's not gonna be live, so if you want to jump on, I'll send you the link, and then you can jump on. Be nice to get like Pepsi or whatever to come on, and have your say and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. But other than that, keep it real, keep it 52-year-old, yay. And other than that, tatty fucking boy. You can have a burp as well. That's a fucking proper burp. So make sure you sub and like and do all that fucking good stuff.